In this short clip, we are going to look at the way of producing a trial balance report within QuickBooks. If we take the cursor up to the top, you will see that there are two places where we can access reports, either from the drop-down menu. We just click that, so we can use a drop-down there, and we're going to look at the trial balance, which is a report under accountant and taxes. And so we scroll across there to the trial balance, and to present the report we simply click on that. This brings up the report. We can alter the date of the report. In other words, we can say that we want this month's or this month to date, the fiscal quarter, the fiscal year to date, last year's, and so on. Just for the moment I'm going to leave that. Or we can alter to very specific dates using the two small calendars here. There are different ways of sorting. We will nearly always use a default one, so I won't go into that. What I will go into is the modification of the report. If you open the section for modification of reports, the display can be either in accruals or cash. We use accrual accounting, so we will keep that as it is. We can sort by ascending order, descending order. We'll leave it to ascending order. But here's one that I do want you to pay attention to. If you click on the advanced settings, I want you to notice that what's highlighted here are the active ones, right? In other words, accounts that are actually being used. If those are not highlighted, then the trial balance will include the complete list of accounts regardless of whether there are any entries or not. So I suggest that when you are doing the trial balances for the first time with a company, you go into the advanced settings and you ensure that you are displaying the rows and columns that are active. Okay, we'll just accept that. Accept that as being okay. You can find that there is a header at the top which will be your name and the appropriate chapter, right? Those you will have set up before when you first opened or restored a company. But you can in fact hide that if you want. This little section here which says hide header, click on that, the header is no longer there. Click on show header, the header comes back. Notice that the checking account was altered to put my name in it. This is what I advised you of in the first session, that this was an easy way of making sure you know that you're dealing with your reports. So that's how you can obtain the report. Alter the dates. Go down to the bottom, being a trial balance, of course, those will balance. We just look to see if there's any account there which suggests that there are things that are not balanced for some reason. In other words, something that hasn't been posted. There's nothing there, so that's fine. Right, we can produce a copy of this report in a number of different ways. We can print it. If I open the printer, we can send it to a printer that would produce a hard copy. So that would produce a hard copy. This is an actual link. Or I can send it to a document in an XPS form, or I can on some send it as a PDF file. Let's cancel that. If we don't want to print it as a hard copy, what we can do is email a report. You can email the report either as an Excel workbook or as a PDF document. The third method of keeping the report is to export it, and this is the method that you will use throughout this course because we are a paperless one. We click on export, it opens up the report center now so that we can choose to export it either as an Excel file or as a CSV file. You will choose an Excel file. Now, most of your work will have existing Excel workbooks to put it into, so you will click there and then browse to open it. This one doesn't, so what I'm going to show you is how to put it into a new Excel workbook, so I'm going to leave that. And it says include a new worksheet in the workbook that explains Excel linking. We don't need to do that here, so we'll keep it at its simplest. I know I'm just going to simply export it, and what it will do is to open up Excel, and as you can see, it produces the trial balance with the debits and credits in two columns. It calls it Sheet 1. If we right click on that, we can rename Sheet 1, and we can just rename this and call it the trial balance. just click on somewhere else now, and then go to File and Save As, and this will be the electronic file balance. Right, so electronic trial balance there, and save. And now we have the report in a form which can be submitted to an instructor. So I'm just going to close that off again. And that was the trial balance. We'll go back home. And that's the end of this short session. Thank you very much.